Former rugby coach Eddie Jones publicly ridiculed Harry's hypocrisy on Ben Young's podcast. Former England rugby coach Eddie Jones savagely mocked Prince Harry's climate change stance, highlighting what he believed to be the hypocrisy of the royals' position. I love how Eddie doesn't give a rat's that he's talking to a prince. Harry and Meghan are getting skewered left and right. Amazing how many people are starting to speak about them. Just awesome to see. Aussie Jones, who headed England from 2015 to 2022, ridiculed the Duke of Sussex after he attended a session as part of his former role as England's rugby patron and was allowed to speak to players. Jones was referring to a Sun story which revealed Harry and Meghan had taken a private jet to Nice in August 2019. The revelation was made on the Speaking on the For the Love of Rugby podcast by England ace Ben Youngs. Jones, who led England from 2015 until 2022, provided some laughs for his squad on his visit from Harry with his scything observation. England's most capped star Ben Youngs recalled the incident when speaking on the For the Love of Rugby podcast with Leicester Tigers prop Dan Cole. Talking to teammate Dan Cole, he said, "You know, Prince Harry used to come in a little bit and watch us train. I don't know what we call him now. All of his titles have gone, haven't they?" There was one time that he was standing there and was saying something to the group, and then Eddie was like, "How's climate change going, mate? How was Elton John's jet?" That was quite good. The pair both burst out laughing before Ben, England's most capped player ever with 127 caps, said, "Just throwing Eddie under the bus there, and Prince Harry." Harry and wife Meghan Markle have been vocal advocates for raising awareness of climate change and have previously urged world leaders to take action to reduce its impact. Their use of private jets has seen them labelled hypocrites, however. Jones's comment came after the married couple had utilised a private jet owned by Elton John to visit the musician in Nice. John had defended his guests and noted that the method of travel was required to offer a high level of much-needed protection. In 2022, Harry spoke at the United Nations addressing a global assault on democracy and freedom. At his keynote speech in New York City, he said, "We're living through a pandemic that continues to ravage communities in every corner of the globe. Climate change wreaking havoc on our planet, with the most vulnerable suffering most of all. The few weaponizing lies and disinformation at the expense of the many, and from the horrific war in Ukraine to the rolling back of constitutional rights here in the United States." In 2020, Prince Harry also called for doing not talking to tackle environmental issues. He said, "For me it's about putting the do's behind the says, and that's something that Waterbear's going to be doing, capitalising on a community of doers. There's a lot of people that say, but this is about action." Prince Harry was recently criticised for taking a private jet to Canada ahead of the Invictus Games event in February.